So it's finally here, folks. It's time for the Raw 1000th episode. Finally happened. Um, Man, it's really a historic show. And even though I've been down on WWE as of late, gotta say, it's very impressive they made it this far. So first, we kick off the night, Vince McMahon introing the show, much like he did on the first show. That was classic. The music that introduced this show was very shitty, but a minor complaint. It's just the music. Anyway, he introduces DX next. They come out. This segment was pretty good because I like that they brought back X-Pac, Road Dogg, and Billy Gunn. They had to bleep out badass Billy Gunn. Come on, they said suck it on the show. Anyway, it was good to see them again. The segment though, with Damian Sandow though, to involve him, not the best choice. I watched this with my father, and he hasn't watched wrestling in years. He got sick of it like back in like 06, 07. When the writing just started to get really horrible, and he even said this is the best that they could do. Exactly, that's the best they could come up with. It's Damian Sandow. He wasn't even over there wutting through his whole promo. The crowd, really didn't get over with the crowd. DX, they didn't even have to have anybody confront them. They just could have did their shtick and left. But the confrontation wasn't really necessary because it didn't go over that well. It wasn't really the best choice to book this segment in the way that they did. So, but it was nice to see X-Pac, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, because all those guys haven't been in the ring together since really 2000. Yeah, they haven't been together for that long. So that was a decent segment. It was definitely nostalgic, but Sandow wasn't too crazy about it, But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna kick off a show, I guess this was a decent effort. I'm just saying it could have been a lot better. Then up next we got a 6-man tag: Sheamus, Mysterio, and Sin Cara as they defeat Jericho, Ziggler, and Alberto Del Rio for such a star-studded match. This was really short, fast-paced and everything, but really just a throwaway match altogether. I mean, I really didn't see a point, a rhyme, or a reason to having this match go so short. There's all these main eventers in this match, and it just ends with Jericho taking a clean loss. Just really stupid booking there. And, this match could have obviously been like 15 minutes, and it could have become a pretty good match, a decent one, but just a short throwaway match. So you can already see that the pacing on this show is not faring too well here, folks. Then up next we've got AJ and Layla in a ridiculous segment. Layla's acting like a fucking idiot. She's dancing around like something like this, and Roddy Piper and R-Truth around the hallway playing jump rope with little Jimmy, his invisible friend. They got a laugh out of me, and then Bae Young comes with her son. He's dressed up as a hand. This was just completely ridiculous segment. I guess it was okay comedy. I mean, I laughed at it, so I can't really say it was bad. It was just really fucking goofy. And, not that I'm opposed to goofy style humor, but this was pretty fucking retarded. And for this to be such a prestigious show, it's kind of lame. But anyway, it was fun. In a PG era, if I could laugh at anything, I gotta give it credit. So it was funny because of how stupid it was. Then up next we've got Brodus Clay defeating Jack Swagger. Brodus Clay getting no reaction from Missouri, as expected. Then he beats Swagger in like seriously like 15 seconds. Just hits a splash, and that's it. Then out comes Dude Love. Not really, crazy about this. Mick Foley didn't even really get that much of a reaction because they picked his least popular character. Dude Love, because he's the dancing character in Mick Foley's repertoire. So, but still, on Raw 1000, he should have came back as Mankind or Cactus Jack, the character that he has the best moments with. Instead, they settle on Dude Love, and they put him in a retarded ass segment with a guy who can't even get over. So really disagreed with the booking there. Wow, as you can see, the show's not going at too well of a pacing here. Quality's kind of deteriorating. Anyway, Dude Love, don't understand why they brought him back. Then up next you got the wedding, Daniel Bryan and AJ, and this wedding was kind of stupid. Reverend Slick comes out to to get them married and everything, and they're reading their vows and all that. It's not even like entertaining or anything like the past WWE weddings. There was no like factors a part of it that made it interesting. Then they say yes, but then AJ says that she's not saying yes to Daniel Bryan, she's saying yes to somebody else. Out comes Vince McMahon to announce the absolute worst thing I've ever heard in all my years. This was almost as retarded as Hornswoggle being the mystery GM. Speaking of GM, I pretty much just revealed it right there. AJ's the new Raw general manager. Are you fucking serious? This is the best they could fucking do? How, what kind of moments do they think they're going to get out of this? Retarded as fuck. So anyway, she doesn't end up marrying Daniel Bryan, as you could guess. Then CM Punk comes out to mock him. Daniel Bryan says that he's better. He's better than CM Punk. And then The Rock comes out and tells him he's not better. And this, altogether, let me just sum it up for you. The Rock is going to challenge a champion at the Royal Rumble next year. And if it's CM Punk, I will say this. This is an excellent booking decision. I think it's money. I think that it will get them almost like the same type of buy rates that WrestleMania did. Maybe not as much as that because that's WrestleMania and they have the marquee. But this is great. This whole segment was funny. The Rock's rock bottoming Daniel Bryan and the insults. It was just a great segment. The best thing on the show so far by far. The DX thing was okay, but this was excellent, and it set up something way down the line, something to look forward to. That's something that we need now in WWE, something to look forward to among all the trash. Then up next we've got Intercontinental title. Bret Hart comes out. Really lackluster introductions, especially for The Miz. It's almost like Bret Hart didn't give a shit. But, once again, it was nice to see him, I guess. Anyway, The Miz beats Christian, and this was actually an okay match. I give it like 2 stars. Miz the new champion. They have to do something with The Miz, I guess. Even though the IC belt isn't really worth the damn, it at least gives him some credibility, I guess, so he doesn't look like he's just wandering around. So I don't even know what they're going to do with Christian now. It's just a mess. The fucking WWE is a mess right now. They have no direction at all, so they're just throwing a belt on The Miz to keep him relevant at the moment. So yeah, okay match. Nothing too special. Then up next you got finally Triple H and Lesnar. Pretty cool segment. Stephanie McMahon coming back. It was more Heyman than anything. Lesnar comes out, gets into a fist fight with Triple H. Looked pretty good. A decent segment altogether. Triple H now has to look like he's on top because the last time Brock Lesnar broke his arm. So this was a pretty good segment. I enjoyed it. Heyman's mic work. Things were getting pretty hostile and heated in there. So it was a pretty stimulating promo. Not a lot of complaints. It's better than what we've been seeing recently on Raw. Or SmackDown for that matter. Then up next, Slater makes a challenge to anybody, any of the legends, and out comes Lita. And I was like, you know, I liked Lita. She's one of my favorite divas of all time. But it's mostly this is because all the legends that he faced in the past came back. The APA comes out. So a lot of past stars, but we already saw these guys already. Anyway, Lita pins him with a moonsault after they all beat him up. So, you know, not the best segment at all, really. I think that they could have concluded this Slater versus the Legends type of deal a little bit better. Kind of like felt really lackluster, like a really lackluster ending to it all. So yeah, I mean, really not that great. Then up next, you got Taker and Kane beating up a bunch of jobbers. Kane comes out supposedly for a match, and then McIntyre, Unico, Camacho all come out to attack him. Undertaker comes out. This was just beneath Undertaker. Like, I feel like he should have been interacting with a bigger star or one of the legends, not with one of these guys who are on superstars. Like, how is this impressive? How is this stimulating television? Garbage. Then the last segment of the night, Cena and Punk. This matchup was a fucking piece of shit. What a disappointment. Big Show interferes in it. You know, and then anyway, he comes back again, and then attacks Cena once he almost gets the pin on Punk. This match just made Punk look weak. There was like 2 moments in there where Punk looked like he was fucking beat, and they only wrestled for about 5 minutes. Then The Rock comes in to help out, you know, fend off the Big Show. And then Punk does the one thing that I think just kind of saved this show from being a complete disaster. He turns heel. Rock goes for the people's elbow on Show. Punk, then GTS. This matchup at the Royal Rumble is going to be great. They've already made some great build-up on this show. Yeah, this was just a really good way to end the show, setting up for a Royal Rumble and what's sure to be an epic match. Overall, what did I think of this show? Disappointing. I didn't really think that anything was that phenomenal on it. You know, The Rock was obviously anything involving The Rock on this show was money. No good matches. You know, the segments, a lot of them were pretty lame or disappointing. You know, a lot of the promos were good, the Lesnar segment and everything, but I just felt like this should have been pay-per-view quality matches. There wasn't a lot of matches on the show. You know, the DX thing was nostalgic, but Damien Sandow getting involved. Overall, the show was okay. It was disappointing. Just overall, like, down the line, they could have done a better job with all the hype they put into it. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I can't lie and say I was satisfied. I enjoyed the show, but I was just, you know, I kind of knew in the back of my mind I was going to be disappointed because the PG era and everything. But they could have done a lot better with this one. Well, anyway, what can you do? Looking forward to the Royal Rumble, even though that's like 4 months away. Anyway, yeah, just disappointed. That's all.